Mm.
No, wait, no, that wasn't true. That was coffee. That was too much coffee.
This is
Instead, I
fifth
stayed up
energy
for
drink
over
this
24 hours.
Yeah.
Instead, I stayed up for more than 24 hours. Stayed up for like 48 hours.
Yes, we are going to start the session now. Sky,
Alright.
could you please join the activity, and I will give you control of the music.
I should probably get out my fucking Oxo dice.
Yes, it would be smart if you got your dice.
Ah, the stimming right there. Oh. I stimmed too hard and I smacked myself in the face.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
I hate when that happens.
I got too excited. Punched myself.
Yeah.
God, I love ADHD.
Honestly saying, I don't know how I'd operate without it.
So much better, probably.
Well, you see, the thing is maybe, but also I wouldn't be me then. I'd be someone else.
True. Very, very true. Who would I
I'm
be
also
without
autistic,
this?
so yeah.
Ah.
So,
Yeah,
Sky.
there was a little bit. Yeah. What do you? I am music, man.
Yes.
You have the power.
Could you play me some
The
music?
power.
One of these days we'll play D&D.
I've got
Once
nothing to do tomorrow, so I'm able to stay up all night.
Once you get the music ready, Sky, we will begin.
Well, what's the vibe? What's the?
Currently, it's just, like, moody swamp.
I thought we were like on our
Excuse
way
me?
towards like housing or some shit.
Oh,
I
yeah, you're
thought-
currently in the kingdom.
Yeah,
We're
are
currently
we
in
in like
castle.
Yeah,
a ruined castle next to a... Are we next to a swamp or in a swamp?
in a swamp.
In a swamp.
So yeah, a ruined castle in a swamp with a king who knows some of us from a past life or something like that.
Basically,
It's a very specific vibe for music.
it is. It's rather
I-
specific.
Like Swamp Castle?
That's
is
what
there
I was gonna say.
Swamp
Swamp Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there Swamp Castle Dimension King like as a genre? Is this what?
I could always go with some good old caretaker. 'Cause that's fancy ballroom music. Somewhat. Oh god, did I die? Oh, nope, I'm good.
Yeah, you're here.
I think you're still.
My internet keeps fucking up, and then everything freezes, and everybody's quiet,
Oh.
Yeah.
and
hate
I
when
don't
that
hear
happens.
anyone, and I can't talk either, and I'm like, oh god, I'm dead, I don't know what's happening.
Ah, that must suck.
Sky dies periodically.
Yep,
It's just something that happens.
Oh, okay.
every so
I'll
often
accept it.
I just die.
Yeah, you just kind of
So,
perish.
Yeah, it's like Homestuck, just die, come back over and over.
Yeah, makes sense. So, Homestuck, you have a set amount of lives. Depends.
No, you don't. You can die as many times as you fucking want. Well, that is if you reach the god tier.
Yeah. That's why I said dependent. If you reach God tier, you can die as much as you want, so long as it doesn't have like a narrative into it.
As long as you're wimpy as shit, you die for something stupid.
Yep.
Alright. So, what are we waiting for?
Music.
What are we waiting for?
You.
I didn't take my ADHD medications. My brain's everywhere.
Maybe you should take your meds.
Then it makes me sleepy.
That's fair. Okay, this is actually
this
pretty
good
good
enough?
music. This is
This
pretty
is
good.
music.
Yes!
I have an ad to
Yes!
watch first.
Yeah, surprisingly, fucking Sam's Club is not trying to lure me in.
Hmm. Well,
Sam's Club, eat shit and die.
last we left off, the party arrived at the Orc and Elvish kingdom. And you saw at least some of your old friend, Karg, lead you all down the hall towards the living chambers. As you all do so, you begin to enter one room in particular. As you walk in scale, it's almost like a ballroom. And it's surprisingly put together, especially in relation to how the rest of the castle was in ruins. It's decorated differently than the rest of the castle as well. It's much less refined and much more cottagey, much more comfortable, rather than aesthetic. And you see rows and rows of beds. And on one, on the far right wall, you see someone laying down, completely dead asleep. Sky, could you describe your character for us?
I have better.
Oh yes, you have picture.
I have pictures. Hold on. I have Discord closed on my phone. It always takes forever to fucking do its thing. Load, you bitch! Thank you.
Amazing.
Oh. That is a larger. That's a pretty big weapon.
And as everyone slowly makes their way into the living chambers, the Orcish king speaks up again. Well, this is where you can stay at least for a few nights. The person in the corner, their name is Emery. They came here not too long ago after, well, as you all know, the displacement. But I think you'll all get along pretty well. If
What do you mean
you...
the displacement?
Human being.
Hello.
Welcome back, Ollie Hazer. Got it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you
Um,
got it. Hello.
Well done!
The...
We will be delighted to stay here for a few days, though we shall not overstay our welcome.
The displacement is why you are all here. If that wasn't already clear. You aren't in your own worlds. You're
Yes,
displaced.
Or, I assume you aren't from here, correct?
I am. Or mostly, at least. It's hard to explain.
Well, we thank you for your hospitality, and
It is my pleasure. It's nice to see at least a few familiar souls. Should you all need anything else, I and my husband will be in our chambers. And he leaves the room. And at this point, the noise of all of you talking would have woken Emery up from their slumber.
I go over to Emery and say, "Hello, my dear fellow. You may call me Rosalio. I am let's just say a wonder. I heard you've gone through a rather similar experience to us. the other day? Might you be willing to share notes with us so we might be able to figure out what exactly is going on?
Dude, I just woke up. You're talking at me. What?
Pardon. Uh,
Like 90% of what you said just went over my head. Like fucking. You are a wordy bitch. I mean that in the best way possible.
Oh, Sky, how much I
Oh,
love your characters.
I like Ellie has him just kind of in the background. He's just kind of like makes a like a faint point, like, oh, I like this one. We'll get along just fine. Just
Off in
internally
the
to
background,
himself.
Warren is just
Pardon
Hello?
for...
Yeah, your mic kind of died for a sec.
yeah, it did
Fuck.
that Discord thing where it disconnected. Anyway,
It did
yeah.
die.
Damn
Warren is
bullshit.
just- Warren's just looking off at a window, just smoking a cigarette, just looking out like.
Would you like me to describe what
so
you
this
see outside
wasn't
the
a bad
window?
dream.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Outside the window of this destroyed castle, you see marshes, swamps. It looks completely foreign to most of you. Those of you who would have lived near a forest or near the ocean, the scent of the salt water and the trees is the only thing that draws you back to your own world. You see dozens, if not hundreds of people, as much as you can see through the trees, waiting along a long line that's driven alongside the castle and through the streets of the city. And besides the castle, the buildings outside look completely put together. They're much more homely, cottage-like this room feels. But they appear that way on the outside. And you see predominantly darker-skinned folk. However, most of them have elvish features, whether that be tall and slender, or ears that come to a point. So from what you can see, it's predominantly elvish and orcish people outside.
Right. Warren is just taking a look outside, and he just looks at the cigar burning in his hand, and he just says, "So yesterday was not a nightmare. That's kinda cringe." And then he flicks away his cigar and walks back to the party.
Rosalio,
Steve.
having recovered somewhat from Emery's casual dismissive, goes, "Pardon me for being so wordy after you just woke up. I merely wish to know if you wanted to possibly talk over the details of our being displaced."
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Excellent.
Alright. Let's do this. So we're gonna gather around campfire style and tell all our little stories, or what are we gonna do? How's this gonna work?
Well, as all of us travel together, I could simply try to recount our story to you if you wished, and then you could inform me. However, I don't know much of magical knowledge, so you might be better off talking to someone else.
Yeah, I'm not
Allie,
a
how's
big
the
old
bear?
magic man.
Ali Hazer there knows quite a bit about magic, as does Monktail over there, the frog person.
Mostly the history of such practices.
Ah. I can tell you exactly where magic came from where I'm from.
Oh?
A fucking nuke.
Well, that's...
Everyone roll a history check.
History check.
History. I can. Okay, fucking nat 1. So
13.
eight total. Yeah.
17.
I got a dirty
Oh.
20.
Let
Wow.
me roll.
I think with a nat 1, Monk will just get a migraine.
Yeah, when you try to think backwards in time, your brain kind of just ravels in on itself because even though you know the history of your world, you are completely unsure what the history like is in this world, and you're now beginning to question whether your world actually existed.
Monk will, yeah.
What a great gift.
Yeah, like Munkle's under major in philosophy is currently just spinning his fucking
Under
head
major?
so-
Do you mean minor?
Yeah, under major in fucking philosophy is just like he's just like head on a swivel right now. His head is turning.
Is that literally or just figurative?
No,
This is not a
fucking-
cartoon.
Yes, figuratively. Like fucking Monk is just like, oh, nuke. It's just like fucking. But yeah, fucking Monk has no recollection.
Those of you who rolled a 10 or higher, however, you do... Although technology was not advanced as much in many of your worlds, the concept of a nuclear bomb or explosion is still known to you. Whether that be from magic that caused a similar reaction to that of a nuclear bomb, or whether it be from that science.
So by nuke, do you mean something like when the stuff happens to the flour in a storehouse and they store it badly, or...
No, a nuclear bomb.
Did one of the Archfey get particularly angry one? Is that what happened? I could see how that could cause magic.
What? Oh, shit, no, what? Talking about fairies and shit. It's fucking weird. I don't know. Hey, the only fairies I know are the ones that you find at the gay bar, okay? So.
Jesus.
Can I roll a deception
Probably
check to
has-
see if he can actually deceive anyone that he's not flustered?
Sure, everyone give me your passive insights.
It's 14.
It's
Passive
it's
insight.
10 plus your like bonus to insight.
11.
It's 10 plus your
14.
bonus to wisdom plus your proficiency if you're proficient in insight.
Yeah, that's hence me saying bonus to perception.
16 for Ali has.
11.
14.
And
Wait, you've got like a plus 18 to your deception, don't you?
I'd say plus a billion is closer.
Plus 11. That's
Very
Yeah,
high.
you're- Yeah. You're totally gonna pull one over on Emery. Like, he's not even paying attention. He's just speaking his mind.
I have a feeling my character does not know really how to deal with you as a character. Deal with your character at all, really.
Ali has just kind of like a hand balled up in front of his muzzle, and he's just kind of like holding back a little bit of a laugh.
Granted, Rosalio is going to do his best to not seem like he doesn't know what he's doing. Which, considering I got a dirty 20 on my deception.
Did anyone roll over a 20?
I thought we were doing passive insight.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Is anyone's passive over 20?
Nope. No.
Not yet.
I think the highest we have is a 16 from...
Noted. Yeah, none of you can really tell that internally. Rosalio's kind of having a mini panic attack.
Yeah. He's had a rough day, and just someone who absolutely does not, none of his social charms work on at all, he doesn't really understand what to do from there.
Anyways, yeah, Fae aren't a thing where I'm from, unless you count folklore and legends. I mean,
I see.
then they exist in that. Old-timey England, that's a thing. Anyways, while you were out and about, did you see, human guy, red sweater, black hair, slightly dyed blue at the tips, gray eyes?
Rosalia
Anybody
is going
who
to try
fits
and
that
shape
description.
to looking like what the description sounds like. Just to see if he can get it correct.
Don't do that. Don't try looking like my husband. Don't do that.
Oh, I do pardon. I just wanted to make sure I had the correct image in mind. He shapeshifts to look
Actually,
different.
I actually think I have a picture of him on my phone somewhere.
What's
He doesn't
up,
like having his picture. Little light box that holds a crap load of information.
Sounds like powerful
Doesn't
magic.
No, it's not even magic. It's just tech.
Same.
Camera.
Yeah.
I had a camera.
He doesn't
one.
like. Crazy. I was crazy once. They put me in a room, a rubber room with rats. The rats made me crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once. Anyways.
Oh, not
This
this again. Aliazar's just. Why am I hearing the rat chant in my head?
That.
No, Emery was actually saying that.
Oh no! Ali's just kind of putting his head in his hands. Just, oh, not that again.
Is this some sort of cultish thing I'm unaware of?
Is
No,
there
it's just a
something going
joke.
on? Okay.
It's just a joke.
Oh,
My students say that all the time. It was not an enjoyable experience, to say the least.
But yeah, that's what he
Does
looks like.
explain a few of the chants that crowds have done when I was performing once. I had nightmares after that. Moving on.
I would have assumed
Are you scared?
comedy was.
Pepper rats.
Well, I'm not a big fan of the rats. No.
Do rats make you crazy?
Not particularly. Anyhow, Rosalio shares the story of like how we got transported to this world. He does so in a wordy fashion, though he is trying to not be wordy.
Trying and failing to not be wordy.
Yes, precisely.
Alright. Well, I kinda just rode the hell up, and I found a castle. I thought my husband might be in there, so I walked the hell in.
Did the guards not stop you?
I don't think they could if they tried.
I mean, at least it was much more graceful than our other attempt, wouldn't you say?
Everything went fine.
I mean, we're here. you know?
Tried.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the future, please do leave talking to me.
Yeah,
such an area.
we can talk about this at a later time.
He's my brother.
So,
It was cousin. It was cousin.
It was a sort of when in Rome moment, but it did not go well.
Rosalio he's going to literally have he's going to sit up at night trying to think of ways to prevent such scenarios happening again.
Well, I think we should change the current topic. Emery, was it? And you see Mungle, like a little 3-foot tall frog guy, very well dressed, puts his hand out for a handshake. It's a pleasure.
He shakes your hand. You know, you look like one of the Loveland frogmen.
Could you elaborate?
It's a folklore thing from Ohio?
Well, I've never heard of an Ohio, but
I could say it's a state in the country I'm from. Anyways, they're like little tiny frog people that just show the hell up at night.
Well, Mungle did show
I'm getting the
wasn't
feeling.
nice.
Sorry, what was that?
What are you feeling?
What are you?
Oh no, I'm getting the feeling that I like me, and he gestures to his whole self. I resemble some sort of creature from other worlds, from what I'm being told.
But like the
Seems
Loveland
far away,
frogmen, they're just a urban legend, so this is cool to see one. This is a
Well-
weird dream.
Yeah, that's
I
what.
I wish it was a dream.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure it's real and a nightmare.
And maybe we should try to go to sleep, see if that makes a difference.
That
Yeah, I
does sound-
tried sleeping, it didn't do much.
Yeah.
I might be able to
Didn't-
help with that.
Don't
Rosalio
magic around me.
So-
can't actually put people to sleep with magic.
Hmm.
He's just should be
So-
able to come up with a very boring talk thing that sends people to sleep.
So, do you people need any extra help or something? Because if
That
you...
would be delightful.
Yeah,
You
because
seem
I was
a
about to
fairly
say, if you...
strong fellow.
Yeah.
That is quite a big act. Approximately
you.
how much does that weigh, might I ask?
I don't know. A few pounds.
Noted. Noted.
Yeah,
Yes. We would be delighted to have you accompany us on our attempts to figure out what the hell is going on and how to get back to our own homes.
Yeah.
Just that we could keep an eye out for that person in the picture for you. I have not
Oh, yeah.
seen anything of the like, but I'll be happy to keep an eye out for you.
Thank you.
I shall also keep an eye.
I think we should talk strategy, compatibility. It's an important thing to know. What is everybody's capabilities? What are your weaknesses, your strengths? What can you do and what can you not do?
Well, I think that's a very good thing to talk about in the morning.
I agree.
It is currently pitch black outside.
Yes. Is there any sort of fish tank in this room?
You remember the king told you that there's a separate wing for aquatic animals or aquatic species.
Yes. Yeah. If everyone will, if I could be excused, I'm gonna go find bedding that can accommodate me.
Wait,
I do wish you luck.
Wish you all a good night.
haven't we all... Did we already do the long rest or no?
No.
Oh,
So,
gotcha.
I can take first shift. Who else wants to keep watch?
I
don't
just woke up.
really-
I just woke up. I can keep you company.
Okay.
All right.
Trying to look up see how much sleep changelings.
I think
Normal
it's
amount.
yeah.
Unfortunate, but realistic. I would rather get a full night's sleep, if at all possible. Though I would be happy to take early morning watch, if that is agreeable to people.
Or
Do whatever you want, man.
Alright.
Okay.
do we want to have a midnight watch too, or?
I wouldn't mind joining.
Alright. So yeah, Warren is just gonna look at the rest of the party and says, alright, well, you all can, do your watches, I'll just go ahead and rest. And then he's gonna go to... Do we each have our own rooms?
Oh, there's a bajillion beds in this one room.
Yep, alright. I will ritual cast Tiny Hut on himself.
Okay.
Rosalio knocks on the hut's door, or whatever, and asks if he can get that as well.
Again, there are other beds. You don't
How many
have
watches
to.
do we need for, night watch?
3 watches is fine.
Alright, yeah, I'll do the last watch.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
would
wait.
everyone like to start their long rest?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna
Sure.
roleplay that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we will.
We're gonna roleplay sleeping.
No.
There's a snorer here.
Yeah, let me just get a feather
Sky,
that floats
could you
above me as I
grab
snore.
me? Could you grab me some dark forest music?
Yes.
By the way,
Alright,
when
so-
preparing to go to sleep, Rosalio shapeshifts into like the normal changeling form, which is like. Does everyone know what a changeling looks like if it's not shapeshifting into something else?
It's basically like
no.
pearly white skin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is
Pearly
it
white
like a
skin, white hair. That
Yeah.
yeah, what like white hair, like fucking grayish human looking?
Alright. Alright,
Mhm.
also,
Very
would
big
anyone
boy.
like to
Old puppy.
join in my tiny hut, or is it just gonna be me? Because
Rosalio will
area.
definitely stay in the tiny hut if it's an option.
if you try anything funny, I will kill you.
I would
Can
never.
you cast some tiny hut?
Ritual cast, so that'd be 11 minutes.
Nova is confused and decides against standing in another magic circle after this lovely day we've had.
Well,
that's
this
right.
magic circle is my magic circle, and this magic circle will protect me from anything that might. Because I don't know what's going on in this castle. So,
On the
Rosalio
first,
just looks like sleep in the open.
will everyone start the long rest now?
yes.
Yes.
On the first watch, is there anything Emery or Nova would like to talk about?
So how does the light box, how does that... I'm confused.
I'm not exactly a technician. All I know is that a lot of wires and metal and electricity.
Cool,
It
I
has
know
a
what metal
battery.
is.
Yep.
I did not understand many of those words.
It's a little electric light box that holds a crapload of information and data and stuff.
Does
And it
run
has
out
a
like
camera.
work? What's a camera?
Here, I'll tell you. And he pulls out the camera on his phone. He's like, see, you can.
Well, that's
and
some
then-
really nice glass.
And then I can take a picture. And he takes a picture of Rosalia. And then he shows it to her.
Rosalio is in the tiny hut.
Sorry, not Rosalio. Who am I speaking?
You're with Nova.
My bad. My brain's stupid.
No worries.
Oh, yeah, character descriptions. I forgot. So Nova is a little Harengon rabbit person in full plate carrying 2 flails. Yeah.
Oh.
Nova is great.
It's a little bit more to the description, but that's the basic.
Rosalio is a changeling who looks like however he wants to look like on it at any given moment. He typically wears fairly fancy and colorful outfits. And you will never see him without a top hat normal.
What do you all...
Warren is a blue-skinned detective, wearing... He's wearing what one would describe as a noir detective outfit.
Uncle Frog. he's wearing like
Man's
a
frog.
Man's a frog.
He's like a little fucking frog guy. He's got big old glasses. You know, a fucking nice polished shoe. You know, brown pants and coat with a white button-up shirt underneath. And you know, he has like a fucking little belt on with little tiny balls that you can hear like little ticking noises from. But it's all him sized, so it's very funny.
Oh, that's so silly. The amphibian and the reptile both have little glasses. I think it's the silliest thing. But Allie has her.
Okay, is it Ollie Hazer or Hazer?
Hey, yeah, you've said both.
Either or. I'm gonna just say Allie for simplicity because I can never.
That's
say
what I
his
was
name
thinking
right.
too.
And I can fade his name. So Allie is an 8-foot-long dragonborn with like curvy horns, white mane, very long, and has kind of an awkward sort of slouch. Would occasionally crane down his neck, kind of to like talk or like look at people or like turn it around. He's mostly really long and serpentine, but he usually wears either sweaters or like a long robe in this case because he does not have his gear on him. I hope we can get some gear because I do not have any gear.
Yeah, on the agenda tomorrow is definitely buying like some stuff because Rosalio only has the one outfit.
Back to the long rest.
Ah, yes, apologies.
What would, besides talking about the phone, is there anything Emery and Nova would like to do during their first watch? Walk around? Look at anything in particular in the room?
I think Nova's mostly gonna stay put. Just keep an eye out for movement.
Yep. Emery's just being Emery, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Both of you give me perception checks, then.
A few things I am proficient in.
Something I'm bad at, yay.
That's a 15!
It's an 8.
One sec, I completely forgot to get my dice out.
I miss being a rogue.
Well, we have a rogue ranger, so don't.
I feel like you have something against my characters.
So much skill proficiencies.
Bard and the rogue both just looking at each other.
Both of you here in the forest, not screams, but almost muffled groans.
Oh, like
It sounds.
Nah, Chica.
It sounds
Can
as
we
if.
close the window?
No, it's like, think super old castle. There's literally just a hole in the wall where the window is.
It's just like a whole fucking outlined by brick and shit.
Yeah. Do you guys go up to the window?
Yes.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy,
Emery's-
probably go
Emery's,
have dark
Emery's
vision.
gonna grab onto Nova. He's gonna be like,
We should go see what that is. It's a
no.
no.
No, 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 no. If you hear something, no, you don't. If you see something, no, you don't. Nothing's happening. Everything's fine.
Okay, compromise.
Hunted. I am
Don't
not
approach
getting
the
hunted
window.
down.
Okay.
I am not getting hunted down by another thing in the darkness.
Okay. I will
All
not
they
approach
want is
the
your
window.
attention. Don't give it to them.
You can try to look out the window from where you are.
Yeah, instead of approaching the window, Nova's gonna like light up a torch. Say you keep an eye on the rest of the room, I guess. I'll just keep an eye on the window and make sure nothing climbs through.
Through the rest of your watch, you don't see anything try to climb through. What you do hear is a lack of nature. You hear almost mechanical and methodic movements throughout the wood. Something running through that does not sound like anything that would be in this area. Not a deer, not a fox, not anything trying to hunt. But not anything natural that would be hunting. Give me an insight check.
Each of us?
Only you, Nova.
Okay. That is an 11.
You aren't quite sure what or why you are hearing these things. You do see trees in the far off distance barely alit by your torchlight, being moved around as if there is a great wind, but it's not moving with the regularity of wind. And every now and then you can hear the sound of doors being wrenched from their hinges, and that same muffled groan. You aren't quite sure if it's pain or not, or even if it's human or humanoid.
I will say, Emery is very, very alert, and he is clutching onto his axe. He is waiting for something to happen.
Nova's acting like this is weird, but everything else that has happened today is weirder.
And
Some friendly advice, don't look in the trees. You can look at the trees, don't look in them. You don't want to see what might be looking back at you.
do you look in the trees?
I'm just gonna continue having, like, just generally keeping an eye out for movement, rather than trying to pin down something specific.
Every now and then, moving through the glade, you see another light. Not something flickering as if it's from a torch or a flame. It's constant. And it's not quite yellow or red, but it is tinged like the sun. And it doesn't give you warmth. If anything, it is a cold light. You see it moving through the forest, and with it comes wind, and the sound of things being dragged behind it. If you would like, you may approach the window to investigate further.
I'm gonna trust Emery on this one and not approach the window. Does the light seem to be getting closer?
The light seems to be going further through town. Further away from you.
Okay, none of our business.
In that case, your watch comes and goes. And it is now time for you to switch off with Alhazer.
I will say this, Emery is far too tense to sleep. He's going for a second round. He was just sleeping not too long ago too, so.
Fine by me.
Or...
Well, Ali has a reading beforehand anyways, since he has the tome pack and doesn't require much sleep.
Before going to sleep, Nova's gonna ask to see Emery's phone again, and they're gonna mention something about how they saw an odd light outside that was just as constant as the phone, but had a different feel to it. Then Nova's
Either
gonna
that
go
was
to...
a person with, that was a person with a lantern, or something else.
Lanterns would still flicker, because they are still powered by flame.
Maybe a person with a flashlight. Or it could be something else. I don't know. I'm not gonna trust it, whatever it is. Look, you learn some things up in Appalachia. You just don't trust a lot of shit.
And Nova, you go to sleep. Now, it is Ali's shift, but Emery has decided to stay up. Is there anything you two would like to talk about?
Having a hard time joining the rest and resting?
Yeah, things are making weird noises. There's a light outside. I don't trust whatever's happening. Yep. Might have been somebody with a flashlight, or it could have been something worse. Who knows?
Ali, do you want to approach the window to see if you can find the light?
Hey, some
I feel like
advice.
Yes?
Don't look in the trees. Look at the trees, but not in them. You might not like what might be staring back at you. And you don't want to give whatever it might be your attention.
Okay. He won't look at the trees, and he won't move. He'll kind of like crane his neck over to see if he can kind of peek out from where he's standing already.
While craning your neck, you are able to see just a little bit more of the light's sheen. By now, it's much further away, so you can only see a glimmer of it. But it still seems unnatural.
Could I roll an Arcana to see if I recognize anything about it?
Yes.
Awesome.
And what kind of warlock are you?
Celestial Warlock.
You can roll this with advantage.
Oh. $29. Well, 30. It's supposed to be plus 11.
Have you ever communed with your patron?
I have once or twice. The first time when I made contact with, and another some time ago.
Upon looking at this light, it is that same radiance that is given off by your celestial patron. And once you look at it, you feel not warmth, as would be coming from your patron, but that same coldness. And that is when you realize that when you were in your world, you had the constant presence and feeling that your patron was watching over you. That feeling is no longer there. And you can't even feel the tether that bound you to them anymore.
So it's like a ghost of, I could probably guess? Like a wandering spirit of sorts. That's not here, but here.
You weren't sure. You weren't sure in what nature specifically this kind of light is. It does have some kind of relation to the celestial. If it were a spirit, it would, at least where you're from, spirits had a much darker, almost more blue hue to their glow when they interacted with the material plane.
What color's this glow?
This glow is... It's not distinctly yellow and not distinctly red. It's almost like sunlight.
Sort of just kind of knits his brows a little bit. He's kind of getting something. Sort of that look of when you look at someone, they had like a realization of sorts, or epiphany. Just, he kind of steers his look away to look back at Emery. So, about those things in the trees, I'm sure you have a little bit more insight about that.
Look, where I'm from, it's a lot of folklore and superstition, but, you know, sometimes folklore has a place in reality. Especially after, let's just call it the incident. Yeah.
If it's all right
Things...
with... Oh,
I was just about to say, where I'm from, some supernatural things, they didn't used to exist, but they sure as do now. So, gotta be careful. You never know what might be lurking in the darkness.
Of course he's piked about this. You know, curiosity killed the cat and all, but also the anthropologist, who is very interested in cultures and mythology, and just kind of like sits down and like, well, we do have quite a bit of the shift, if you want to just tell me a little bit more about this tree-looking folklore. Only if you're comfortable, of course.
Have you ever heard of Wendigos?
Briefly, I have not touched Wendigos.
Side
So
note,
I think
sorry for interrupting. This is absolutely comedic for those of us who were in party 2.
Yeah.
Are these
Those things...
like walkers?
Skinwalkers and Wendigos are similar, but they're very, very different. Skinwalkers are still technically people, but Wendigos aren't anymore. Especially where I'm from, after the full nuclear situation, they're more like mutants than anything. But they still abide by similar rules, mimicking people's voices, trying to lure them out into the woods to kill them. You gotta be careful. Major thing is, don't give them your attention. Pretend they don't exist. Be as boring as possible.
Thank you for the advice. Well, that light that you might have saw earlier, I was looking into it, and I have a bit of knowledge in terms of celestial nature, and it's
Celestial.
quite similar to that, yeah. Well, not quite. It wasn't really warm, and usually when celestials come and visit the mortal plane, you see it with a tint of, like, blues. Like,
Correction. When spirits visit the material plane,
spirit.
it's blue. When celestials visit, it's yellowish red. So it's a similar
So-
tone. It's the coldness that differentiates it from that. Spirits
Right,
Celestials, like-
okay.
spirits blue, celestials yellowish yellowish. Basically this thing is like it took the coldness from the spirits and it took the color from the celestials for your perspective, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh, alright, let me correct myself in that case. Well, the spirits, when they visit the world, they're seen in this blue and sort of cold that accompanies them. While celestials themselves, like you see from angels and solars and the such, they're more of this yellow, sunshiny, and they're warm. But this light, it does look like a celestial, but it feels like a spirit, like a cold sun.
Oh. I hope it's not something trying to mimic a celestial, that's all I can say.
Well, I sure hope not. Anything that could mimic a celestial is probably possessing some sort of power to mask their own identity that's stronger than we can comprehend. That's usually something of the work of fiends, I believe, from where I come from. They try to pretend that there's something holy so they can trick followers into going in their traps. Similar to how you described the Wendigo.
Yeah.
But regardless,
Either way. Yeah. I wouldn't trust
Say-
that light.
neither would I, but it would be important to note for future occurrences.
Yeah.
As you say this, you glance back outside and the light appears to have been completely dissipated.
I'm also hoping it's not the kind of situation where the further away it seems, the closer it actually is.
That would be really unfortunate, yeah. So, what is your name by any chance? I didn't get to ask before.
Oh, right. My name's Emery.
Emery. You can call me Alias.
Aliazar. Got it. How about I just call you Allie?
Fine by
For
me.
simplicity's sake.
My name is quite a mouthful. I agree.
Yeah.
And that is where your shift ends. And as the sun begins to peek out through the horizon and the trees, it is time to switch off now to Rosalio and Warren.
Yeah. Emery's finally gonna go to bed. He does not trust the night.
When waking up, Rosalio starts like getting dressed, getting ready for doing stuff. It's gonna take him a bit to actually be ready. About an hour or two.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He has
Same
lots
for
of little
Warren.
pockets, lots of like trick sleeves and stuff that he has to get adjusted just right. So we can say that shift-wise, for like watch, he informs them of that previously.
And Warren is probably also going to spend the same hour making some new cigar to replenish the one that he spent
earlier.
Once ready, Rosalio will be standing outside in the room, keeping like on a rotation, looking for anything of interest.
Do either
He
Emery...
also has a bronze dagger in his hand that he's idly tossing up and down.
Do either Emery or Ollie warn them of the light or the movement in the forest?
Well, at
Oh,
least
yeah.
Allie would probably at least get Warren, if not both of them, and describe pretty much what he knows about spirits and celestials and what has been reported and seen.
Alright, and Warren would take that information, he'll jot it down in a notebook, and then he'll thank you, Al, for the information. And then Warren would start making rounds around the place.
Yep, Rosalia will stick with Warden, going around, keeping an eye on everything.
Do either of you pass by the window while walking around?
Yes.
I would say so, yes.
Which one of you would pass by it first? I'm going to have both of you roll me initiative.
Okay. I think we'd pass by it around the same time, maybe?
I got a 22.
And what did you get, Rosalia?
I got a 13.
It's no biggie. That's just my first 20, my first natural 20.
Hey!
Natural 20.
Alan, this is your nat 20 of the week. We both know this.
No, it's not.
What are you talking about? This is the nat 20 of the month, if we're talking about it.
In that case, Rosalia's gonna be the one to pass it first. But Warren, you will see it happening before Rosalia realizes. As Rosalia is walking by the window, Warren, you're still about 20 feet away, as this is a rather large room. An arm almost made of shadow claws its way up the window and is going to wrap itself around Rosalio. Give me a strength saving throw.
Strength?
Yes.
Strength.
Well, that's a 5.
You feel this thing wrench around your abdomen. Its claws dig in between your ribs. And you begin to bleed, which is not something you're relatively accustomed to as a changeling, especially one who worked at a circus. Warren, what would you like to do when you see this happening?
What am I gonna do?
This is not necessarily combat. I just had you roll initiative to see who would get to react.
So is Rosalio like in trouble?
Rosalio, you currently see an amorphous shadow wrapped itself around their abdomen from behind, and currently looks like it's trying to drag them out through the window. Oh, also, Rosalia, would you be screaming?
What?
Would you be screaming?
I'm gonna see if he can maintain composure.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
I can just
That
imagine
would
this all-
be...
Oh dear heaven.
That would be a 22.
22. One moment. Actually, roll that with disadvantage, sorry.
Alright, that would be a 10.
You are currently under the frightened condition. And you begin to scream. But as you try to scream, it's that same muffled groan that you didn't hear, but Emery and Nova heard near the beginning of the night.
Oh, shit.
And
Any chance
Warren,
this-
Warren, if you would
Yeah.
like, you can wake everyone up. Because at this moment in time, Rosalio, their quote-unquote scream is not loud enough. Or would
Okay,
you like
so
to
if
handle this on your own?
If I go to wake everyone up, would I be able to tell if Rosalio can like last long enough for me to wake everyone else up?
At this moment in time, it seems as if Rosalio is very badly at the hands of this thing, quite literally. And from your previous interactions, they don't seem the most dexterous or strong person.
Excuse me, Rosalio is very dexterous.
Well,
He's got an 18!
That's not that bad. But,
If it had been a dexterity saving throw, he might have gotten it.
well, yeah, but you, at this time, you were trying to break out of their hand.
Yeah, yeah.
You will be able to make a dexterity check later.
Okay.
But at this moment in time, Rosalio seems almost pinned down as the arm is trying to pull them out.
Alright, I will...
You don't necessarily have... Actually, give me... yeah, what do you want to do?
So I will run up to the creature, whatever is grabbing Rosalio. I'm gonna pull out my sword, my multifunctional rapier, and I'm going to try to attack it.
Do you make any noises while doing so? Or do you try to be silent?
With my first attack, I will try to be silent, because as a blade singer at level 6, which we all are, right?
Yeah.
I get multi-attack,
How fun.
and I can replace one of my attacks with a cantrip.
Unfortunately, as you swing, it passes straight through this thing as if it is made out of shadows itself. It is not solid. Except for where it's digging into Rosalio.
Alright, so my weapon attack goes through it.
Yeah.
Alright, then with my second attack, I will... So, Rosalio, you will see Warren kind of remove his trench coat, and connected to his left arm and his back is a series of mechanical doodads and thingamabobs.
Who are you, Ariel?
And he's gonna his arcanic magically fueled gauntlet in his left hand he's gonna activate it, and he's going to attempt to cast the cantrip Thunderclap.
Ooh.
Isn't
Yeah.
that an area of effect damage thing?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and also it is very loud.
It's so incredibly
Yep.
loud.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Alright, that is an Arcana check of 25, so I'm able to use this cantrip.
Alrighty.
So I walk up to the creature, attempt to slash it with my rapier. It doesn't do anything. So then I take my left hand straight to the face.
This thing does
Allow-
not have a face. You are currently only seeing its arm.
Straight to its arm. A loud crack that every creature within 100 feet can hear.
At this moment in time, everyone else does wake up. Munkle, you are currently still bathing your night away. You feel a little shake, but you don't wake up.
Hey, so who knows? Like in the next room over, it's just like a very inconveniently placed.
I said it was a ballroom. Ballrooms are large.
Alright, so
Don't worry, we will get to what you're doing right now, though.
All right.
okay, so would the creature have to make a saving throw, or?
Yes, it will.
Yeah. All right. Make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I rolled the dice and it bounced literally on top of my other dice.
That's like tremendous luck.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. All right. Nothing happens.
Oh yeah, with
Yeah.
cantrips they don't even take half damage.
Yep.
But now everyone is awake.
Yep. And that's the main reason why I used that cantrip.
Because Rosalio needs to make a saving.
First I would like to see what everyone wants to do. And what were you gonna say, Nova?
I was about to ask if we should roll initiative or something.
At this moment in time, no.
Yep. Emery's gonna rush over to see what the hell happened. 'Cause that was a loud noise.
Upon waking up, both of your ears are they're ringing incredibly loud. That's the same with everyone. But once the ringing stops, you hear the groaning. Except now, you hear it from Rosalio.
Do we see Rosalio in a weird shadow hand?
Oh, yes.
Oh shit.
Let's try
alright.
to pull him out of the shadow. Let's try to pull him out of the shadow hand, I guess.
All
I
right.
cast Compelled Jewel. I want that shadow thing to
Hold
come
up.
for me now.
Hold up. Give me a second. What are the rules of... I feel like you have to see this thing to cast Compelled Duel.
Yeah, I see the hand.
I mean, its face.
It's,
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh yeah, it kind of does sort of go like, look at me. So that's assuming if it can look. Can it look?
you attempt to compel a creature into a duel. One creature that you see within range must make a wisdom saving throw. On
Yeah.
a failed save, the creature is drawn to you,
All right.
compelled by your divine
Oh.
command.
I'm reading it as well.
For the duration,
I'm
it
reading
has
it. You don't.
disadvantage on
Okay.
attack rolls against every creature other than you. And it must make a wisdom saving throw every time it attempts to move more than 30 feet away from you. If it succeeds the saving throw, then the spell doesn't restrict the target's movement that turn. So yeah, I want this thing to come for me.
That's an 18.
Damn it. Alright.
Ow.
Well, that's just a wasted spell slot.
This thing this thing has proficiency in specifically Constitution and Wisdom saves.
Oh my.
Well, at least it was bonus action. Oh well.
All right. So, Rosalio, would you like some help getting out of the shadow hands?
Is it my turn to go?
Oh, there.
Go ahead.
Any of you guys can do anything that you want right now. You can talk. You can.
Okay.
I would like to
Rosalio
pull
wants to,
Rosalio
attempt
out.
To do a magic, like the magic trick he's performed many times when he's locked himself up in chains and squeezes out of it using his like squiggly nature and a bit of his shape shifting. He's gonna try and do that.
Ooh. Give me an acrobatics check with advantage. And you may use your spellcasting in place of your dexterity if you would like.
My dexterity is higher than my spellcasting.
That's unfortunate.
That would be a unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. That's unfortunate. I've never heard someone say unnatural 20. Dirty 20. Yes.
I have before.
When have you heard people say that?
A few
Like-
times.
I feel like if you want to
during
add
some
some
of my
like,
campaigns.
if you want to add some like to it, you could say like, I don't know, fucking filthy 20.
Ugh.
Well, I mean, I do have a +7 in acrobatics.
Grotesque 20.
Not as bad as my
Absolutely
step.
vile 20.
Oh yeah, fucking vile 20. That's a good one.
Deceased
That is-
20.
Anyhow, Rosalvio managed to squiggle out of the grip.
What would you like to turn into in your attempt to escape? Just a smaller
can't-
person?
He has to stick in like basic configuration of limbs and stuff.
Yeah, and you can't...
not
I don't think you can change sizes as a changeling.
No.
Okay.
He is medium size.
Yeah.
But what he is going to do is like shorten an arm as he's shifting. Shorten an arm, squiggle, that sort of thing. Not really change his shape into something completely else, but just change it here and there minorly for a few seconds, and then turn it back.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm really flexible.
And
Your character or in real life?
Oh, I was wondering if Rosalia was just becoming like double jointed for a little bit
Oh
while
yes,
doing
yeah,
change
probably
and stuff.
does that too.
basically,
Probably does that as well, yeah.
at this point you are able to, like, almost melt your way out of its grasp as you morph your body around it and its
Does it count
claws.
as like good body horror for anyone looking at it?
Oh yes, this is horrifying.
Wisdom saving throw. Fire.
Anyone who does not have magic on this world, on their home world, please roll me a wisdom save, because this would look horrifying.
That is a 16 plus 4.
Vile
I
20.
got a 19.
A vile 20 minus 1.
Yeah, Emery's seen a lot of shit like this. He's
Yeah.
not too phased.
Yeah, both of you are, like, irked by it. It's almost like like when you have a minor phobia in something. It's like, ugh, but you can get through it.
Oh, it's kind of like me being in the same room as a needle. Yeah, I got it.
So he is now going to, like, as he's going to pick up his bronze dagger that he dropped and stab the arm with it.
Ooh.
I don't think that's gonna work.
What was your blade made out of, Warren?
My blade, Warren's blade was made out of industrial steel.
Steel. Iron and carbon alloy. 1 second.
Why did you make it a point to say what my blade was made out of?
Just
Right,
just
as
for
well, that.
just for a reason. Just-
Particularly because of things I talked to the DM earlier about just today.
It's like,
I have to
what's
Google
your
something
weapon-
very fast.
What's your weapon made out of?
Also,
it's
I
like-
will say, in the attack, he's coating the dagger with Fey magic.
Okay, that helps. That helps.
Yeah. It causes immense despair or like just powerful emotion in the target that negatively affects it.
Yeah. Do you try to stab this thing or slash through it?
The dagger is. He's going to try and like slash through it real quick.
As you go to slash it, it passes through the hand without trouble for a moment. But after you keep swinging it, it's almost like a delayed impact. And it just slices through this thing, and a black ichor coats your blade. And as you do so, it shrieks back, despite not having a mouth. And in a bright flash, it dissipates. But a cold flash.
Note.
And I'll get back to you all in a moment, but Munkle!
Hi.
Hi, Munkle! How are you
Hi,
doing?
Munkle.
How's your bath?
It's very relaxing. I think Munkle, he's not, many people, of his kind, like to, rather lavishly, sleep and bathe and such. But I think Munkle, he's very much content with whatever he can find right now. So if it's a fishbowl or like an actual aquatic room, that'd be great. But if not, he's like in a toilet somewhere.
There is a specific room of like warmed pools in the castle.
That is very thoughtful.
It's a bit of a walk, but it exists.
Yeah, I think Munkle right now is sound asleep. He's fully underwater, but he's still fully clothed.
Damp
Yeah.
clothes on a frog.
Yeah, yeah, he's just sound asleep right now. Just fully underwater.
Give me a perception check.
You fucking betcha.
I would give it disadvantage because you're asleep, but you're also in your natural habitat, the water. You can feel things much easier there, so it cancels out.
I got a 21.
21, Jesus Christ. You feel
Actually,
some...
wait. I got a 20, sorry, dirty 20.
Oh,
I got 17.
a
I
vile
got a 16.
20. Vile
Oh, yeah.
20. Remember?
A fucking nasty 20.
You feel the water shake a bit as it's almost the feeling of thunder inside of a pool.
Oh.
And the warmth that was inside of the bath is suddenly drawn out from it. And it's now ice cold.
I'm back. What did I miss?
The camera panned over to the other side of the castle with Munkle.
Okay.
Yeah, that is rather strange.
I assume that would make you wake up.
Yes. Munkle is, I'd assume, a pretty light sleeper. So, did I feel a specific, direction that coming from, or was it just like a fucking general shake?
The shake, it's almost like an earthquake in that you feel it as if it's coming from the floor beneath you, but because you were in the water, you can feel the way the water was pushed by it.
Yeah.
So it's around in the direction that you walked away from to get here. And the coldness, you aren't quite sure where it was from.
That is rather strange. And, I'm gonna just get up.
You do see there is a window in this room.
To the outside, or?
To the outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up, take a quick look outside, and really drag this down to a snail's pace, huh?
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, fork, yeah. Is this a D20? It's dark in my room. Let's see.
No, it's a D12. Oh god, rolling a nat 1 on a D12, accidentally using it in place of a D20 would kind of just be sad.
It
16.
really would be.
I got another fucking shitty 20. It's a 16 plus 4.
As you
Wisdom
look
saving.
out, it's been a few moments from the shake, but you see a light near the other side of the castle, from what you can see, just appear out of nowhere and dash through the forest, leaving the trees bending backwards in its wake. Sky, could you put the music back to creepy ambient?
Creepy ambience.
Yes.
This is,
Like Photos in the Woods. Photos in the Woods was a good one.
Alright.
This is
God damn it, ads!
Fucking bullshit asshole.
I do understand your aggravation with the advertisements. Deity in the sky, in the clouds.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
that was eventful. I thank you all for trying to assist. Escape.
Munkle, do you make your way back over?
Yeah.
That's a bit strange. Seeing as the events happening, I'm gonna go quietly to try to not wake any other inhabitants. Try to not wake up any other inhabitants in the castle. But I'm just gonna shuffle my way over towards the room I came from.
It takes a bit,
Also,
but you are able to make it back over.
Oh, I got bad news.
The door as you open, it's very creepy. What?
I got bad news. I gotta go.
Oh, damn.
Can we finish up quickly? I'm sorry.
See ya.
I'm
It's
fucking
okay.
Sorry.
Remember, I have a recording of the session. I can send it to you.
Yeah, I'm fucking sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm a head out.
No need to apologize.
Y'all,
Stuff happens.
yeah, y'all have fun.
Life is a thing. Go do what you gotta do.
Right.
Go
It's
take
gonna
care
be-
of yourself.
Yeah, it's gonna be my fucking siblings' gender room, so that's gonna be y'all admitted. Yeah.
Yeah, see
Have
ya.
fun with
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
So, Rosalia's going to, after, dissipating a thing and, keeping an eye out, he's going to go and resheath, he's going to clean the bronze dagger first of the ichor, and then he's going to resheath it in his, and the sheath is in the top half that he, in it are 3 other daggers and a short sword.
Ali has this is just kind of wanting a cup of coffee. He has the look of I just woke up and a way I didn't want to wake up and resting bitch face moment. He's just trying to wake up and seem more pleasant to just talk to people, but he does look at Rosalio and first is like, are you okay?
Are you injured in any way?
Is Rosalio injured?
Rosalia, you do have the piercings on around your ribs from where its claws were sticking into you.
There is a small injury, unfortunately. Shouldn't take long to drink.
I could take care for you if you allow me to.
I would welcome such
I have bandages. I could always patch it up for you.
That sounds lovely.
A
Thank you
bitch
very
wouldn't hurt after.
So sorry, I'm gonna
what
have to
is it?
cut this session short. Family stuff just happened.
Ah,
God damn it.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Families.
Hope stuff goes okay, or stuff is okay.
Alright.
It's iffy. But just so everyone knows, next session will be 30 minutes earlier than normal.
Okay.
Well, actually, going forwards, it's going to be 30 minutes earlier. Because...
Yeah.
Be a bit hard.
Oh,
I do have to ask, it doesn't look like we're gonna be starting a fight next session, or...
we will have Well, the plan is to have a combat next session. Well, I was gonna have a combat this session, after this, but I gotta go. So,
Yeah.
Understandable. You
Yeah.
take care of yourself, and thank you for the session. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. Thank you for the session.
it's very fun
Mhm.
having horror sessions.
Yeah.
The people from the
Oh.
second party know that I
Yeah.
had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Also, it's nice meeting you, Sky, but I didn't meet you the first time, so I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to meet y'all too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I will have to bid
Yeah.
you all adieu. I will see you next week.
See you
See ya.
next week.
Okie
See ya.
See ya.
Good luck with whatever you gotta do.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mhm.